Most of what you do is not really you. It's your subconscious, a coded system of feedback loops running beneath awareness. And add in the fact that we're electrical beings, powered just like batteries and held together by electromagnetic fields, and suddenly free will looks less like choice and more like a programming inside a simulation. Welcome everyone to the simulation frequency. On today's episode, we're going to be visiting a few key topics to really solidify exactly how your subconscious works in the simulation. I hope you really take a minute to listen to all of the details of this episode and deeply ponder on the things I'm about to say. So, your subconscious is the operating system. It records every repeated thought, every emotional charge, and every story you were told. It doesn't judge truth from falsehood. It just stores the data and plays it back. As neuroscientist Heather Berlin said in Nova, a very large fractal of what's happening in my brain, I am not aware of at all. That's the subconscious at work. It means that your conscious mind, the narrator you think of as you, is only riding on top of a much bigger machine. Think about sleepwalking. Your body can walk across the house, cook food, even drive a car, and yet the conscious part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, is offline. The decision maker is asleep. What's running the show? The subconscious program. A different Nova neurologist, Emmanuel During, explained, sleepwalking is a glitch in the system because our identity is not in control. In sleep labs, Berlin described it like this: the motor cortex, the visual cortex, even balance and speech can become active, while the prefrontal cortex, the decision maker, stays asleep. That means free will is not required for complex action. The avatar can move, talk, navigate the environment, all without conscious control. It's like your simulation character is still playing, even though the gamer is logged off. And here's the key. This doesn't just happen at night. Habits, addictions, repeated thought patterns, they are all forms of daytime sleepwalking. The subconscious is carrying out entire routines on autopilot. Feedback loops are how the subconscious locks in reality. Belief sparks an emotion. Emotion drives action. Action creates an external result. Result feeds back into the original belief. It's like a code that rewrites itself. Your brain literally strengthens the neural circuits that repeat. As Nova pointed out, most of the brain's work is happening outside conscious awareness. That means the loop isn't asking for permission. It just runs. A perfect example is Phineas Gage, the 19th century railroad foreman who survived when a 3-foot iron rod blasted through his skull. Miraculously, he lived. His memory, language, and motor skills intact. But friends say he wasn't the same man. Nova explained, his personality made him more fitful, irreverent, and more profane. He had sort of no filter. The rod had destroyed the part of his frontal cortex, the region that regulates emotion and social control. It was the shocking proof that your personality, the way you behave, feel, and decide, is not the soul, it's the code. Damage the wiring, and the avatar runs differently. Here's where it gets wild. Biologically, we are electrical beings. Every neuron is a tiny spark gap. The heart creates the strongest electromagnetic field in your body, measurable feet outside of you. Water inside your cells hold charge, and mitochondria fire like tiny batteries. So imagine yourself as a codable avatar, powered by bioelectricity. Your subconscious programs are not just psychological. They're literally encoded into your electromagnetic field. As Nova put it, The brain contains multitudes, coordinated, well-oiled machine with 90 billion neurons creating the illusion of a single self. You're not a solid thing. You're living in an electrical program. To ensure the avatar is running at its finest, it's important to recharge your battery, and how you do this: sunlight, which would be photons. You get direct photonic charge. This stimulates mitochondria, and this is why you feel different after being in the sun. And how about water? Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Structured water forms when water is exposed to light and heat, storing charge like a capacitor. And your breath. That's why breathing techniques are extremely useful. Oxygen drives ATP production, so rhythmic breath entrains the nervous system into harmonic states. How about sounds and frequency, which I have many different videos on my channel that you can reference to experience the different kinds of sounds and binaural beats and drumming and chanting that you could experience during different types of meditations, and these resonate and recharge your neural networks. And I would say pairing that even with other things like the flashing light if you are medically able to, and potentially, like I spoke on, the electrical charge device if you can handle this. And recently I've been seeing people using red light therapy in combination with all of this. There's also food, making sure that you're eating things that are healthy, especially from plants that are pre-charged with sunlight via photosynthesis. And make sure you're moving, because muscle contractions literally generate piezoelectric currents in fascia and bone. So we want to not forget about novelty and imagination. New patterns equal new electrical activity equal more synaptic energy. I also would suggest grounding, which would be standing barefoot on the earth so you can recharge and get into sync with the Schumann resonance, which is the 7.83 hertz, which will sync your heart and brain naturally. And water immersion, if you are able to go to the beach or any type of ocean or river, even baths, because water conducts charge and resets ion balance. It's not probably coincidental that I was so drawn to want to move close to the beach, because it is said that walking on the shoreline in the water on the beach is one of the best ways to recharge with the sun, and just trees and nature in general, because plants exhale ions providing grounding electromagnetic fields. And you don't want to forget about silence and stillness, because this reduces cortisol noise, discharging overactivity in the prefrontal. And other things like journaling, writing things out, writing your truth, speaking your truth. Because if you are somebody who is always constantly trying to look for the truth, it feels good to let it out, to write it down and get mental clarity, and just all the normal things that you hear people talk about: crying, laughing, sweating, working out to let out these stored ions and hormones and tensions. Because energy, emotions is energy in motion. So you want to make sure that you're letting go of that and letting in the new, and just using salts and minerals of the earth to maintain your electrolytes and maintain your nerve signals. Just all the things to make sure your avatar is well charged in the simulation. I also want to touch upon the idea of matter, and that matter is just energy in a slower condensed form. Just like Tesla said, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. This is what happens when we slow down or stabilize. It appears as form. So think about it as matter being frozen music, frequency made dense, if you will. So your body, your desk, your trees, all are frequencies slowed down enough to look and appear solid. So high frequency oscillations equals light. And when those frequencies interact with the field, which is electromagnetic and gravitational, they lose speed and crystallize as particles. Physics called this wave particle duality, and the same thing shows up in the double slit experiment. So matter is just light that is slowed down enough to stand still. And everyday examples of this, for example, music, a high vibration note can shake sand into geometric patterns. That's sound slowing indivisible matter. And how about when water freezes? So molecules vibrating fast equals liquid, and slower equals ice. Then matter crystallizes. Habits, the same thing. A repeated thought plus emotion, your frequency condenses into your physical reality over time. So if you want to shift, you don't force the matter. That's already too slow. You change the frequency upstream, your thoughts, your rituals, your emotional coherence. As you hold a new frequency long enough, it slows down into your lived environment. Think of it as imagination is the fast frequency, repetition rituals give it stability, and then the simulation renders it as matter. Everything you're touching right now, your phone, your hands, even your problems, are just frequencies slowed down into form. If you want to change your reality, stop fighting the matter. Go upstream. Shift the frequency and watch reality solidify around your new signal. End this out. If the simulation is a game, your subconscious is the script your avatar runs on. That's why life can feel repetitive, like deja vu on repeat, because the feedback loops haven't been rewritten. Reality shifting happens when you interrupt the loop with a new frequency. A new belief equals a new emotion, equals a new action, which then is a new reflection. The simulation mirrors your electrical charge, and timelines shift accordingly. So are we free? Not in the way we think. Most of us are sleepwalking batteries running old code. But the moment you realize your subconscious is programmable, you become more than the loop. You become the coder, the battery, and the light, rewriting your avatar's entire trajectory inside the simulation. So at the end of the day, life is a lot like sleepwalking. Most of us are moving, talking, working, even chasing money, but the lights aren't all on. Our subconscious is running the program while we tell ourselves we're in control. But here's the thing, you are the battery. You are the coder. Every thought, every loop, every frequency you hold rewrites the simulation around you. So my final thoughts? Stop pretending you're just a passenger. Wake up, grab the controls, and program your reality on purpose. Because in this game, awareness isn't just power, it's freedom. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until the next time, I know you will all continue to manifest magic and resonate on your highest frequency. Bye everyone.